right back. I'll wait for you guys. Toke 717, what's up? How's it going, man? I'm gonna wait till some people come in. I was thinking about setting a timer on here so it comes on and counts down and everything and people know, but I don't know. I'm not so punctual. Figure I'd rather wait a little while. I think it's better if I just let you guys know on Wednesday around 9:30 I click on, you know. Today I'm a little early. Now, what do we got? Kevin Kirkland. You fell off a wagon onto a truck, then you hit a wall. Yo, they messed up your wall. No, it's the other way around. It's all done around the same period of time. The relapse. It's all that same relapse. When I relapse. Graffiti relapse, right? But I'm sign of guns. Cineguns. The legend himself. Yay. All right, TL. What time of night did you paint that truck you posted on Patreon? Got that probably about 3:30, 4 in the morning. Yeah, about 4 in the morning, 3:30. That was a while ago too now. Hey. People trying to get me all jammed up now. Protein. Thoughts on Wombat? I see them and my New York anti-style. Once again, every time you come on here, I think it's the same guy. I'm going to remember you next time, Protein. I say this over and over again. It's not an anti-style. It's someone that's trying to do a style, but fails at it. That circular stuff, if you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's Wombat. Not be able to read it. I didn't know it said Wombat until someone pointed it out to me. Told me it's Wombat. So it says, hell it is. Other than that, it's just, but when you see it, you know what it is. So it is a style. It just sucks. It's a sucky, stupid thing. All right, one time, and that's all I could say about the Wombat thing. You and D3 have been going off lately. No, not really. I don't write no more. Friday the 13th, I'm hitting the streets. Got some beef motivating me. Also gotta go out for those ones that are no longer with us. And that's from Sin. I hear you, man. Troop on, bro. Troop on, right? All right. TL. Anti-style is a cop out of dudes who suck and don't want to try to get better. I don't know if I would say that. I've seen people like that throughout my life. It's almost like a fat girl that thinks she's pretty. Thinks she's fly. It's like they already think they're good, so they don't try to get better. But then again, nothing for nothing. I've seen people that came out and I'm like, look at that crap. Within a couple of years, the shit was fucking amazing. So, I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just someone constantly keeps saying that. I think at this point it's just being a troll to me or something, or it's their way of saying hello to me or something. But it's like not an anti-style. It's not the word anti is against, right? Like an anti-tank, something that blows tanks out. Antivirus. So anti. What else we got here? Friday 13th. Anti-style. Good Flu 1. Any stories from Halloween? Oh, yeah. Halloween was a good one for us growing up. Yeah. Damn, D3 just left, too. I was just here with Sammy. But, yeah, we used to do some fun shit. I remember every Halloween, like, those dudes like T-Kid now, they would do the Hall of Fame for a long time. Every Halloween, like Tats Crew with T-Kid, they'd always do that wall. Illegally, too. They didn't do it legally. They only, at that point, yeah, shit was all illegal. And they would do that wall. That was pretty cool. I remember throwing a lot of eggs and stuff like that with Cuba, TDS from Uptown. So many different times. Maze. Throwing eggs. I would have to sit down and just think of one time. I remember, damn, too bad Sammy just left. I remember one time I hit him with a sock full of Comet, but it like wrapped around his neck. And it clocked. No, it was an egg I threw at him. That's right. Someone else I threw it with the Comet, like Ajax and Comet in the sock. It wrapped around with it. Boom! I forget what that was, but that wasn't Sammy. Sammy, I caught him with an egg, but this shit bounced off his fucking Adam's apple. I thought I snapped his Adam's apple. He was fucked up for a hot minute, man. Damn, he just left, man. Yeah, that'd be a good one, man. That's some funny shit, man. You remind me next time I have him on, man. If you guys are on, remember that shit. He got mad, man. He was ready to fuck me up. He was tight. Yeah, that shit fucked him up. He couldn't breathe. And actually, it didn't break. The egg did not break. It bounced off of right off. Like he must have been swallowing it at the same time. And it kind of like, like when you take something and you put it in your armpit, and you go like that and you catch it. That's like what his fucking throat did. It shit flew. It didn't break on his throat. It broke on the floor, of course. But yeah, he was pissed, man. I just put a video on of me and Sammy talking. I was doing that graffiti, actually. I don't know why these things keep popping up. Pin message. Let me click here. There we go. Thoughts on one of the UND3, Friday the 13th, Coop Cop Style. Any stories for Halloween's past? Yeah, that's about it. Any more questions? Halloween's past. RD, what's up, bro? Straight drop. Not much, chilling. All Star Cruise. What up, RD? Chilling. Protein. Any writers bombing? Any winter bombing stories? Yeah. Hell a lot. I'll get into it. Let me just tell you. Let's see what else we got here. You got that footage that Baker filmed. You didn't see it on Patreon. No, I don't got that. I don't even have a contact with that dude. I can't read what you wrote because this thing is blocking it. If you you got that footage that Baker filmed of you didn't see it on Patreon. No, I don't have that footage that Baker filmed of me. I don't know what he did with it, but that was good footage. That was cool shit. I was on the highway and poor Zimpy almost gets ran over, man. Good times. All right, what else do we got? All right, any winter bombing stories? All right. I don't even know where to begin. Which ones? Like with subways, streets? You have to be more specific. A lot of winter ones, man. I remember painting till my hands would freeze. What else? Footage of Baker. Streets. All right. Man, RE and me would go through the winters hard. Just and me, just for years. Like I said with RE, I wrote with him 12 years straight. Just be going and going. Every time our feet would be frozen up, man. Just, I'm trying to think of a particular thing that we've done. There's so much. Just Harlem and shit like that was pretty cool in the winter. I remember actually doing a blockbuster in the winter, and with the fucking snow was so high up against the wall, and my letters go all the way down to the thing. So I actually was shoveling the snow out with my hands away from the walls. I could bring the line all the way down. It was like 2.5, 3 feet of snow. That was the year the World Trade Center, the first time it blew up. That was around that period of time. What was that, 94 or something like that? Yeah, I remember that. That was a crazy winter. That was a lot of snow on the floor that winter. You know, when they pulled the thing into the garage and it blew up. What's up, Monty N.I.? There he is. What's good, brother? I remember we all used to wear the army jackets back in the day. Still do, yeah. But yeah, I got a lot of the D yard too, up at 205th Street. Be fucking freezing in that shit, man. But I would be like, yo, that's why another thing with outsides, a pain in the ass, man. The insides would be nice and warm and shit. You know, you could go through them because they'll keep them on, especially in the yard. They'll keep them things on nice and hot. The tunnels were the shit in the winter. That's what I did. I always liked the tunnels personally. People think that's a little strange, but that's where I felt comfortable in the tunnels. It's always dark. You could always hide. You know, I mean, yes, your exits are limited. You have two, you know, as far as you go to the subway stations or something. You got a hatch on each side normally. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just have one hatch on one side. But yeah, I always felt more comfortable in a situation like that. It was always nice and warm. Although down in Tishman under Central Park, it'd be fucking freezing, man. Even in the summer, it was nice down there because it would be cold. It'd feel like it's air conditioned. Like they weren't finished building the tracks. It didn't go all the way up to Queens yet. It'd be cold in there, I guess, because the river's there and everything's still, like nothing's moving. It's just big pipes under the river, you know, big tubes. And it comes up all the way up to Fifth Avenue, about 3 or 4 avenues up to Fifth. It's cold down there. And we would go up to this room we would have up near the hatch. And it had a heater in it. And turn the heater on. It's like an office space. It actually had blueprints and shit like that. It had a desk in there. We'd put spray paint, like empty cans and shit. We'd throw them in the desk and everything because they couldn't get in. I forget who busted the lock off that thing. I believe it wasn't even a graffiti writer. It was one of these criminals from our neighborhood. They would just go in there and steal shit and sell it. They originally broke into that office, and then it just became like a place we'd go up there, warm up and shit before we pop out the hatch on Fifth Avenue. You go in there, smoke some weed and shit, and hang out. We're going to hang out there with a lot of graffiti writers. Yeah, have like 12, 15 of us sometimes in that fucking little room. I don't know if Ven remembers that. I remember being in there with Ven, Dory, Suds, a bunch of dudes after we squashed beef with them. I remember also just with us being in there, it'd be whole messes of us. We'd just hang out up in there sometime to wait because it's all the way up. The tunnel where the trains are is like 10 flights down, 15 flights or something. About 10 flights, maybe 12 at the most. It's a lot of stairs going down. The most I've ever had to go down in my life to get to a train. To me, it's the deepest down that I've ever had to travel to ride on trains. And I've been a lot of places. I've been like Grant and all that shit. I've been all over the fucking place. But yeah, that place under Central Park, a lot of staircases down, man. Anyone would tell you that that's been there. And yeah, man, that place would be fucking cold. We'd wait up in that room and we'd open up and we'd start sniffing around and we'd smell spray paint because it would travel up. Yo, someone's down there. Let's go. We'd run down there, rob them and shit. Yeah, good times. What else we got here? You got to remember some of them times. You ever been in that room like that with us? Monty would know. Yo, Monty, you still in there, man? You've been to Tishman a lot, man. Talk about it, right? That room all the way up near Fifth Avenue. It's like an office. It had a desk in it. Monty, I see you in there somewhere. All right, what else we got to talk? The worst is when your fingers freeze to the point where you have to see your other hand to pick your finger up. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I've been there with that a lot. Not even just spray painting, just even like being out in fucking freezing cold weather for hours on end. It's like, yo, everything starts giving out. Your feet, your fucking hands. And even if you're not spray painting, even if you have gloves on, fucking pocket warmers and all that shit, man. Still, it gets to you. The best thing, just keep moving. I mean, the way I truck it, I never drove a car in my life. So, yeah, that's how I rock it. I mean, RE would have a car, Just had a car. A few other people. That's pretty much the only times I used cars is with Just and RE. Everything else is on foot or bicycle. Hell, even a skateboard a few times with fire hydrants, because the skateboard is the perfect size of a fire hydrant. Take the skateboard, I'd lean it up against the fire hydrant. I'd spin the wheel, act like I'm looking at it like it's broken, and I'd take the can of paint. That's why a lot of them RD tags are ugly. I've actually got a skateboard in front of it, and I'm doing the green RD like that. Not even looking at it. I'm spinning the wheels. People like, damn, RD sucks, man. Look how ugly that shit is. That's the reason. When your fingers, blah, 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 blah. 7W. Do you ever get lost in a tunnel system? No. I've gotten lost in the building I'm in right now when I was a child, and the one uptown. It's duplicate buildings. They're called the catacombs. The basements, they all connect. And like we used to have a clubhouse in these buildings when I was like 10, 11 years old. And I got lost in there, man. I fucking turned around, went past some garbage compactor room or something, turned around. I was like, oh shit, where am I? But I eventually got out up to the street. But yeah, it's all down below. These buildings all connect. It's like a whole square city block. These buildings are landmarks. They've been here since 1920s or something like that. And they're just all the basements, all intertwined with each other and connect all underneath. We used to play tag and manhunt, shit like that when we were little kids, before I even lived in these buildings. But yeah, that was pretty weird. What's up, RD? When was straight up graph? What is up, RD? That was straight up graffiti treasure showing us all the abandoned subway stations at the UN. Thanks, much love from Northern California. Yeah, man. Definitely. Also down under Penn Station, it was a little tricky too, but I mean, I didn't get lost in it. I was kind of like a minute, took. There's Monty. Hey, Monty, there was some cold nights down in Tishman. It was always cold down there, right? Yeah. The winter, it was really cold, right? And so in the summer, that place was nice. In the summer, you'd actually have to bring like a sweatshirt. People be running around with a wife beater on and some fucking shorts and shit. It's like, yo, it's just like a movie theater, man. That shit used to be cold. Remember the ice too, right? Like the whole tracks, they fucking freeze up for like 2 blocks. I remember the cost was running. We were all running, actually. The cops came. Running down that shit, man. I remember cost was like, whoa. He fell out of his ass. I think he fucked his ankle up. Yeah, his shit swelled up. A bunch of us fell. I remember Rum, he fell. A bunch of us, we all like, shit's long. Northeastern U.S. writers know that cold. Yeah, it's out there, man. True legend RD, set it off. I hate this heart thing that's here. I can't see what people say. There we go. A true legend set it off. What was the best layup wall in the tunnels? I don't understand that question. If I'm in the tunnels, a layup, why right on the wall? You know, I hit the trains. Fuck it. That would be what I'd be there. For actually, we used to get mad at people that rode on the walls of Tishman because the place was spotless. They were still building it. And like I said, a lot of the dudes, the older guys in this neighborhood, would go in there and steal power tools. I would too. I'd be with them. And we'd steal like generators and jackhammers and compressors. I mean, shit with wheels on it, like fucking things that you hook on the back of your fucking car or something, you know? Like, yeah, we were getting paid off that shit. And they would started parking trains in there. Originally, they were only parking the John F. Kennedy Expresses, the JFK Express. Take the train to the plane was the commercial on TV. And then they started parking flats down there and ridges and shit like that. And like, oh, shit, that's the shit. We never really rode on the JFK Expresses. We said, why bother? Why burn it? We're stealing power tools from Tishman. It was the company that was building this stuff down there. They were the ones that got the contract to build that tunnel. I mean, we stole like hundreds of thousands of dollars by the end of when all said and done. Yeah, I'd say we took a couple $100,000 worth of power tools off that fucking place. When you put all the years together, definitely, yeah. And then all of a sudden, they started parking trains down there. So we're like, all right, well, we'll ride on the trains, but we won't let no one, you know, we won't ride in the tunnels or anything like that. And I think Gary, rest in peace, Sash. I mean, I've explained on my Patreon, me and him normally didn't see eye to eye towards the end with him. When he was, well, not towards the bitter end, but when he stopped writing graffiti, me and him were kind of not really vibing. Gary Sash. God rest his soul. But I believe he actually started bringing people down there. And that's what fucked the thing up. You know, we would just write, you know, do whole cars, shit like that. And people wonder where the fuck they were coming from. No one knew about it at all. And Sash brought someone down there that brought someone down there that brought someone down there. Before you know it, the place was covered with graffiti. It looked like fucking City Hall. And yeah, I would say Sash fucked up there, you know. Some people, oh, we found it in this. And I'm like, yeah, right. Where do you live? Like, because it's not you. If you're looking out the windows, you're not going to see nothing. I mean, if it's in the winter, you'll see the trains all down Broadway and shit like that on the double R's and stuff like that. And those, yeah, you'll see them. You'll know they're parked. But this, you got to, if you're going from 5th to 57, it goes this way, the track. There's a whole other set that it goes like this and then up. You get me? And it follows onto a whole other track down and then goes in. So, no, it just... people didn't see nothing hanging out the tunnel, the station, or nothing like that. I don't believe that. I believe someone told them, and I've had suspicions it was Gary Sash. He was a social butterfly in the graffiti community. Everyone knew and loved Gary. Rest in peace. I'm just being truthful here. I think, you know, after that, a bunch of people started going down there, writing graffiti and stuff. And no big thing if people are just writing on the subway cars. I don't bother at that. Hey, fuck it. But to write on the walls of the place, that's when you start fucking with, you know, or stealing stuff. And especially people from this neighborhood. Like, you got all these little graffiti writers. I mean, I've pretty much been through this, but you got these graffiti writers acting all tough and crossing me out and all this stuff. I swear, I could have people, I could have had that place shut the fuck down. It's literally, it was half a block away from my house. From the door that I open up and walk out the door, it was a block away from my house. All these people I hung out in 68th Street Park or John Jay Park. 68th Street Park was like 4 blocks away from that place. I could have really been like, oh, these dudes writing all over that shit. That's all butter. And I could have had a fucking army down there. And I'm not talking about no little bitch ass dudes running around writing fucking graffiti. I'm talking about dudes that would go down there and really fuck shit up. I mean, they've been all throughout the newspapers and stuff like that. As years have gone by, just about all these people have murdered someone or some crazy shit or got caught doing some crazy shit. It's just the truth. These people are all from this neighborhood, wild motherfuckers. And even before me, you had all those old dudes that were older than us, even running around robbing everyone and all types of crazy shit. It's just what was going on. I actually watched a pretty interesting documentary. I forget who sent it. I remember John, my man John. He used to write Lash, Lash. He sent me this video. It's On the Block or something like that about this neighborhood. I think it's a comedian or something like that walks around and maybe I'll try and post that in this live if I can find it. It's On the Block or Around the Block, but they talk about like the Upper East Side, Yorkville and shit like that. How it was. And those people that are talking about it, like they were getting down, and then you had the Italians right up down 116th Street, Pleasant Avenue. You had some Italians in this neighborhood. It was fucking wild. These people weren't really running around writing graffiti. And yeah, I could easily shut that shit down, but I didn't want to do that. I'm like, I've explained many times before, I figure it's just graffiti shit, I figure PK and KK and them and Ken and them, these people are all from Queens. So I figured these people that are popping shit are from Queens. I figured they'd talk to someone that would talk to someone. It would all get figured out. I never felt any need to bring in the big guns. But don't think for one second that option did not exist. That's the truth. What else do we got here? Seriously, people are always saying that too, the Tag Mag interview in the early 2000s. Yeah, I don't even remember that. Who did I do that with? Just the Tag Mag? I know I did an interview, but I don't remember it. I don't remember who I was with. I don't even remember doing it, but I know it was posted. I forget it. Is it something you write and then I sent it to them, or is it actually me talking? I think it's me and Just, right? We're talking. I think that was down the 8th Street, on 8th Street, Astor Place. Just, I think. Lace is missing in action. That's from Jackson Alexander. Pape Ski. Bombing in broad day. Folks be honking hella. Gotta love the motivation. Yeah. You can't fuck around broad daylight. Did you see that are filming? All right. Toke 717. Did you see they are filming a movie in an abandoned station? I don't know who or what the movie is about. No, I didn't see that or know anything about it until you just mentioned it. Sheldon Scott. I love the window down Lace piece. Yeah, he did a lot of those. Lace is really underrated, man. He's up there. He's done just as much pieces as the fucking those top dogs that you read about and you see in the books, man. Believe me, man. He's been around a long fucking time. Lace has done a lot of shit. He's done a lot of whole cars, a lot of pieces, a lot of under the window shit, a lot of collaborations, man. Lace has been around, man. Believe that. All right, Sheldon Scott, Justin D3. Monty, that night it was freezing, and he's talking about Tishman, the double R's, and the B was pulling in there at one point. Monty, NI 357, right? NI, do the fill-ins. That night it was freezing. I mean, really cold. I was drinking some blackberry brandy down there to keep warm. LOL. Caesar Spick went and fell asleep in the little room with the heater. Yeah, that's that little room upstairs, all nice and warm and shit. Remember, Meth used to live in that fucking room, man. Yeah, that shit was cold, man. That's probably, there's some nice tags down there. They're probably still down there. That place is well lit. NZ Basehead. Did you watch Scuff's interview on Graph Champs? He mentioned you. He said, this guy RD never stops, LOL, when you were beefing. Yeah, we were at it, man. Yeah, did catch some of it, but I didn't hear him say that. I saw the commercial. No, yeah, it was playing. I was just cleaning out my frog tank. I didn't want I didn't hear him mention me at all, but I didn't catch the whole thing. Is the way to say. Yo, RD, pleasure speaking to you. Just was wondering what a young cat can do to keep it true to graffiti nowadays. Always hearing about how the gen of writers are whack, wanted to change things up. You know, don't go by what I'm saying on here. I'm just a grumpy old man. You know, can't. You know, I'm disgruntled. I'm upset. I'd like to be out there tearing shit up. Bottom line, I'm a hater. I ain't gonna lie. I be hating. So if you're younger, this is my honest opinion from my heart. Not to steer you wrong. Hopefully, you're not like 10 years old or some shit. Endanger the welfare of a child or some shit. But all right. What I would say is just whatever's going on out there with the graffiti business nowadays, I don't know. I'm far exceeded from the game. Like I said, I honestly stopped paying attention to who's who around the time when DMS, YKK, RFC and them started to slow down and disappear. I didn't follow much after that. That's like the end of the graph game to me. Yeah. But what I would tell you to do is, you know, evolution. The world evolves. Like just the types of paints that are available now, and even the styles. I mean, I actually have evolved written on my arm right here. Evolve with a caveman. It's very important. You got to go with the times. So I think that if you were to go throwback style, people start bitching that you're trying to act old school. You get me? And like that SP guy, he does all these things and he tries to act like he's old school, like he's Comet or something like that, you know. But I would just do what makes you happy, what you enjoy, and what you feel looks cool, and what you like. I mean, I can't tell you because me, you know, I don't know what it is, but you know, I was always into like the demons, the zombies, and shit like that. I love fucking horror movies. Hammer Studios all the fucking way, man. You know, Peter Cushing, all that shit. Christopher Lee. But now that I'm older, or now that the world is the way it is, and it's kind of like I'm seeing like, you know, like a lot of negativity just brings more negativity. And so, and plus my son now, is a good painter. He's more interested in like 16th century stuff. So I really don't vibe towards that no more. But at one point in my life, it was like, yeah, you know what I mean? It was just violence and stuff like that. And now I've gotten older, so that doesn't really fit in my life. I'm an old man. I got asthma. I got COPD. So it's, I guess what I'm trying to say is you got to find your niche, like what you feel fits you or suits you. Maybe graffiti don't fit you at all, but I mean, that could come from, like I said, drawing a skull or something like that on a wall, or drawing a fucking cupcake on a wall. You know, whatever floats your boat. And, you know, people are going to bitch any way you put it. You get up too much, that's when people bitch. You know, if you write sloppy, people bitch. If you suck, people bitch. You know, it's just fuck them, man. What do you care? Just do you. If it's something you really enjoy, you'll like it. And as time goes on, you'll find faster, more efficient ways of accomplishing it. You'll get better at it. I mean, especially if you get in a system where it's a group of people that are writing graffiti also, then it's kind of like everyone just kind of bounces ideas off each other, and it's you evolve quicker, and you also learn from their mistakes as well as your own mistakes. People are like, no, that happened to me once. Do it this way or that way. Depending on if you're into doing pieces or wild burners. If that's the case, I would suggest doing illegal shit. I don't know where you live. Maybe some small town or something. There's some liquor store or something like that, some strip type mall. Maybe in the back of the place you could do something no one notices or says anything about. Then again, some of these small towns, they see that shit, they think you're trying to break into the place. call the cops. But if you get permission from the person or something like that, maybe some little hole in the wall place down there, a river or something like that, train tracks, whatever. And you practice, you do your shit, and you can get good at it as time goes by. Research, very important. And with burning and doing pieces and stuff, I don't know if like the history of it would really matter. I guess just look at lots and lots of graffiti, burners of stuff that appeases you, things that you like, that are sweet to your eyes, and copy it, steal that shit. Yeah. If it's writing all over the place and tearing shit up, then that's a different type of creature. You're talking about illegal stuff. I would not write close to your house. Stick to a couple of different spots and target them. That's always worked for me. Fire hydrants, parking meters, stop sign, whatever, you know what I mean? Highways, certain spots, New York. Now, you got to realize, depending on the weather, as far as it goes with who's in office and if they're hard on crime or soft on crime, is how you would target spots. Like I remember at one point in the 80s, you were better off writing on city property. City gets mad if you get caught, whatever. Now, if you got caught writing on private property, chances are you're going to have to pay for that shit. And it's not like community service or something like that. I've only been caught 3 times in my life. And 2 of them would fucking before I was like when I was 18 years old and shit like that. And the other one, they didn't catch up to me until 2017. So I had a long run. I know what I'm talking about. I've been out there throughout a lot of mayoral administrations, a lot of highs and lows in this city. And yeah, I could definitely say that, different times call for different tactics. Right now, you can run around doing big blockbusters and stuff. I just posted a video. During the Giuliani administration, Bloomberg administration, you want to think quick, fast, and out of there. So tags worked for me, and most people did think about tags because you don't want to get caught. You can wind up going to Rikers Island. I know people have went to Rikers Island 6 months. Dinkins, I really wouldn't know. I honestly didn't write much during him. When I did do bunches of blockbusters, I was married, living in the Bronx. I did about 4 or 5 blockbusters a year, just big ones on the tracks, Metro North tracks, areas, shit like that, and even down the tunnel of the Metro North train, stuff like that. So yeah, and even when I'm not writing, I'm writing. But I really have been a good boy. I messed up in July. I did. I relapsed. I did a little graffiti. Got my feet wet. Let's see what we got going on here. As you're going to see the new blah, blah, blah. Not blah, 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 you. I'm just trying to catch up to where you are. All right, that night was freezing. I mean, this and that, blah, 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 blah. All right, that was Monty. All right, did you watch the Scuffman interview? We answered that. RD, pleasure speaking to you. Just was wondering what a young cat there. It's where we weren't can do to keep herself true to the game. Blah, 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 blah. All right, part. If your tag's part, that's not good. Because part TDS, man, is the real part. What I would tell you is don't follow trends. Don't follow trends. That's what makes you stick out. But then again, don't try and be a weirdo either, like Wombat or Revs or something like that. Don't go too far. Just, do you, man. Are you going to see the new Exorcist movie? I didn't even know there was one, but I did watch a pretty cool one that came out like last year or something like that. What was it? Russell Crowe, I think was the dude. And I watched that Exorcist. I thought that was cool. See the new Exorcist movie. Sean Griffin, any wild DMS or YKK stories? No, none. Do you think about the OQB freight guys in Queens? I don't know what OQB is. Am I reading that right? All right, what do you think about the OQB freight guys in Queens? Do you know them? I think Iz was down with them, and all the way up FTR crew was down with them, and they're still bombing the French. Well, FTR, I don't remember them riding on the subways. I could be wrong. They're probably from a different crew. But Iz the Wiz, of course, was up a lot, probably up more than anyone on the subways. Um, I don't know what the fuck this OQB thing is, but you're talking about freights with that's probably Bobby or something like that. I've seen it, don't know them, never met them. I believe one of them, PK, no, did a whole car, a whole big freight, and I did a whole big freight. I think Sear did a low rider, and I believe one of those guys wrote Smith, SMITH, and PK's PK, all the way off to the corner of it. I saw it running, and someone said that they did that. Like, why would they do that? I don't know. But I mean, PK did the whole fucking side of it. He covered the whole side of it. I got it on footage. I got it on video. He literally painted the whole side of fucking thing. They didn't do nothing to mine. I painted the whole side of mine too. You know, end, top to bottom, not just the whole length of it. I mean, the whole fucking thing. Yeah. And these guys, like, they wrote Smith. You know, I guess they meant Smith Sane or something like that. And I'm not even sure if they actually did that, but it did say Smith in it. And about 4 or 5 different people told us. Not the PK. PK didn't care at all. He's like, I don't give a fuck. You know, it's not like they went over him or anything. The Smith tag was maybe, you know, the size of a whole freight car, right? It's like a 6 train, maybe like a Bulldog, a double R with the 4 doors, one, and then you put another one on top of it. That's like the size of it. And that's what PK did. And I did one too. And Sear did that. Low riders. He didn't go up all the way to the top. He didn't have to. The top had nothing on it. So, yeah, the Smith was, I don't know, like the size of a fire extinguisher. Like, yeah, it was like 4 feet long, just going down SMITH. It was like, yeah, it was like maybe the size of my leg or something like that. Like, yeah, size of my fucking leg or something like that, going down. Not that big enough. With black, skinny, regular stock cap or something like that. There was no reason for us to, you know, take it any other way. RD, just saying, go out there and cap everyone. You'll surely stand out. LOL. Shit got me, man. Got the fucking itches, man. Graffiti withdrawal. I saw some new tags in Midtown. I missed someone here. Left my definitely understand. Wait, I fucked up. I zipped past a whole mess of you guys. All right, here we go. Is FTR. Now, FTR I heard of. Yeah. Those guys, they were from out there, Queens. Like with Saint and them, right? RD. Just say it. Go out there and cap every. G Rocker. For the legal wall comment you made, I moved to small ass town here in Wisconsin, and I have a shed I practice on since I'm old man these days. I can't go out and paint like I used to. Yeah, but Wisconsin, you could probably get some good old freights, man. Them shits are just like a shed in the backyard, man. Psst, yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Fuck yeah. Fuck the cow tipping, man. Hit the freights. Can't be that old. Just saying. Hey, that's to G Rocker. Hey, Ronnie Scumsy. Yo. Rob Scumsy. Opinion on the wall, on the new graffiti writers. I just went through it, man. You logged on too short, man. I laugh my ass off. I definitely understand the old head attitude, and I appreciate you speaking on it. I think the old graph styles of New York should be respected and carried on. I'm over in Long Island. Yeah, my father used to have that. Well, he's dead now, but he used to have a house in Smithtown, Long Island. It was 60 Cornell Avenue, Smithtown, Long Island. Uh, Grew up, and I'd go out there on summer vacations. When you let out of school and you go on the summer vacation, so my mother could get a break. Me and my brother would go out with my father, lived out in Smithtown. He was a correction officer in Yaphank, the prison, Suffolk County Jail. And we'd go out there and rob and steal. I'd steal a bunch of spray paint, bring it into the city. Yeah, that's what we would do. But yeah, good times out in Smithtown, Long Island. Did a lot of fishing, the Bluff, Kings Park. Caught a lot of bluefish, snappers, parky, all that shit. Mackerel. Oh. All right. Left let me understand old heads' attitudes from Long Island. And as far as, people are always going to bitch. Like the older people, like me, I don't like what I see. I'm going to be truthful with you, but who the fuck am I to judge? You get me? Like, what, I don't, that don't mean nothing to me. I don't own graffiti or nothing like that. I'm no gatekeeper of it or nothing. I am entitled to my opinion. I don't like it, but obviously it's picking up. A lot of people are writing graffiti. Once again, I was out just about my business. I saw some dudes writing graffiti and stuff. I stopped and talked to them. I don't remember what they wrote or something like that. They knew who I was right off the bat. I didn't ask them. I could have looked at it. Maybe I'll go back over there and look at it. Scene's dead over here. See, that's good shit, but you got to wake it up. Set it off. I saw some new tags up in Midtown. Nah, that's not my tag. I'm a big fan of Part stuff. Cool legal wall he's got uptown. I saw the other day. Thanks for the advice, G. Yeah, Part, man. Back in the days, man, that was the shit, man. He used to fucking, that's what I was exposed to most on the 6 train. Part, TDS, the Dead Squad, they were killing it. The ones, all that shit. Beautiful burners, man. I used to look at that stuff like, wow. I mean, yeah, he's been out a long time, Part. Skamoski. Do you know Niso? I'm friends with him and should be painting with him soon. Yeah, Niso. Good dude, man. He's up a lot, man. I was saying, I always say, yeah, man, he's like the Tunnel King, man. Because he actually does like pieces in the tunnel, like straight letters, nice shit, all different colors and shit. I'm like, fuck that. I'll do a silver and black. I'll run down there with a bucket of white house paint and some flat black and shit. I call that. But yeah, he goes in, man. He gets all technical and shit. Real tight, nice stuff, man. Yeah. Nice, so nice. And I lost my thing here. I saw some new tanks in Midtown. I don't know. Do you know NISO? OQB, Old Queens Boys. I did hear that. I think that's been around, right? That's the OQB that we were talking about before, right? I do think that does ring a bell. No, but I think, you know what I'm thinking of? That book that I did. I did the Kick piece in it, the KIK piece, Queen's Legends or something like that. I think in that book I saw that OQB. Of course, everyone saw Is the Wiz up. I mean, he's been up forever, but I never saw him write OQB and his stuff on the subways in the 80s. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just over here in Manhattan doing my thing. I don't know. KB is with Bobby OWB. Now, what is it? Now he's saying OWB. That's Alto's Pizza. OQB, Old Queens Boys. So OWB, KB, yeah, Savage, right? TSS. I'm just saying I don't know them. I don't know them, but now I remember that's like those guys Bobby and them with Vinny 3YB and stuff. They write stuff about Pink Floyd and stuff. Yeah, I saw that on the phrase. I stood in front of some of that stuff when I was hitting the phrase. They got all the phrase. But no, I do not know them. Never met them. Never met any of them. Well, I mean, I met Iz once. Hi, how you doing? Or something like that. But no, I don't know them like that. Graffiti withdrawal, man. Shit is hard, man. Shit got me. Like Pookie, right? I tag in New York City too. Love tags. Community on the green bag. Them new tags was probably me backwards. Fuck. F. Mike Never Ready Box. Oh, yes, there is some chill ass train spots come through, RD. Haha. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if they got the big ones like the Atlanta Pacific shits, the big fucking yellow ones, man. Fuck the hoppers. No, but I like the hoppers. That's all I've been getting. That's if I'll pass everything to get a hopper. RD got any stories about stealing paint from toys? Yeah, a lot. Can't get into them today. I want to eat something. I'm hungry. What did you think of Nace's style? Is that what that says? Nace? Naces. I never heard of him. Nace's style. It does not ring a bell. Nace? No. Alto's Pizza Part. Yeah, a.k.a. Fudge. Fudge 357. Annie and Tony Smalls Pizza saw vid doing you Blockbuster. You did that all in the open like that. Was it late? Yes. 4 in the morning. Real late. I think at the but I don't know if when I clipped it, but you can actually hear the birds chirping when I'm actually done. You can hear like the birds chirping and shit. Because I had people looking out too on the blocks. What are we doing here now? Part AKA Fudge, sort of video. Okay, that's Annie Smalls Pizza. Mike, Never Ready. Yo, would you change me to some Mac My Black Book? Yo, would you charge me to smack my black book? If I'm just doing a tagging or something, no, I wouldn't charge you. I got mostly everyone in my books. All right, and that's Mike Never Ready. If I'm just doing tag or something like that, a little blockbuster, I ain't gonna charge you for that. Like a bubble letter or something. All right, thanks. All the way. TTX all the way. Those are freights, right? You got any old black books from the 80s? No. You know, there might be one floating around Andrew's house, Lace. I mean, I'm sure there's a few floating around. Someone, people steal shit. I hate when they put that shit over you, the TTX on your freight. Hey, guys, what time is it? Yeah, I'm going to pack it up, man. I'm kind of tired. I got to eat some food, man. I'm getting cranky, But yeah, I just dropped the video. It's me and talking and doing graffiti and stuff like that. Check out my Patreon and my Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description below. Peace out, people. I did that cool, right? Like a real motherfucking influencer, right? All right.